Hello guys, so briefly I'm going to be showing you how you can make a flight reservation yourself without having to pay any agents to do it for you. When I wanted to make a flight reservation for the purpose of my visa, I contacted someone and the person told me to bring 15,000 naira. But then I did my own research and I discovered that the flight reservation this person is going to give me, the person is going to get it for free without paying anything, and it is something that I can also do myself with ease at the comfort of my home. So I decided to do this thing myself, and that is why I'm also sharing this knowledge with somebody out there that might need this thing. So if you want to make a flight reservation, one of the requirements when applying for study visa or whatever visa it is that you're applying for, though it is not for all countries, but some countries will require you to present a flight reservation. And people do pay money for this flight reservation. But if you're making use of Ethiopian Airline or you're making use of Qatar Airways, you don't need to pay any amount of money to make a flight reservation. I know some airlines would actually ask you to pay some amount of money to hold your reservation, but for Ethiopian Airline, for Qatar Airways, I know for sure that you are not paying any amount of money. And it is advisable to make your reservation a day before your interview so that your reservation is still going to be valid by the time you submit your documents. So let's just get started with how to go about it. So let's assume that you are traveling from Lagos State to Poland. So you are traveling from Lagos, Nigeria to Poland. So for Ethiopian Airline does not go to any other place aside Warsaw in Poland. So you have to choose Warsaw, even if where you are going to is in Lublin or Poznan or somewhere else. You have to choose Warsaw as your final destination, and it does not matter as long as your destination is still in Poland. And your trip has to be a round trip. A one-way trip is not accepted because they want to see that you are traveling to Poland or whatever country it is that you're going to, and that you're also leaving that country. And you should also put in mind that it is not possible to book like a 365 days trip, even though your visa is going to be valid for 1 year. So speaking of Poland now, your student visa is valid for 1 year, even if you're going for a 2 years program. So after your 1 year, before the end of your 1 year, actually, you have to renew your visa by getting a temporary residence card. So we are going to select our departure day. Let's assume we are departing on the 30th of November, and then you select the date that you want to leave Poland. So as you can see, you cannot go beyond this. So let's just pick the last date and see what the app is going to give us. So search flight options that we can go for. If you are going from Lagos State to, or let's say if you are going from Nigeria, either Lagos or Abuja, if you are going from Nigeria to Poland, please make sure you don't book a flight that is going to pass through London. Though for your flight reservation for the purpose of visa, it might not count. But if you make that mistake during your flight reservation, there is a probability that when you want to book your actual flight, you might make that same mistake. Because for you to pass through London, you need a transit visa. And if you do not get that transit visa, you might be denied boarding. So instead of wasting your money, make sure you check through the options that are presented. Like this first option here, it's from Lagos to Addis Ababa, from Addis Ababa to London Heathrow Airport. So we are not going to choose that option, as you can see. So even for the purpose of my reservation, I'm not going to choose that option. This next option here is going to pass through Vienna. Can you see from Addis Ababa to Vienna to Warsaw? So this is a perfect option because the country the country the flight is going to pass through is a Schengen country. And your Poland visa also is a Schengen visa, so you are covered. You don't have any problem. Another tip is that when you are booking your flight, like when you are making your actual booking, make sure you have enough hours for your stopover. Don't go and choose a flight that has like 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes stopover. if possible, choose a flight that has like 4 hours stopover, because there might be delay getting down from your previous flight to get to where you're going to board your next flight, and every other thing. There might be some delay. You might not locate your gate on time. So let's just put all those things into consideration. So make sure you book a flight that has enough hour for your stopover so that you don't miss your next flight. So let us check this one. I think this one still has like enough time for stopover. We can just go for this first one. Can you see there are different price options? Though for the purpose of reservation, it does not really matter. But when you want to make your actual reservation, you need to check through to see what you are paying for. So let's just pick this option, the first option. So this is from Lagos. That was from Lagos to Warsaw. Now we are choosing a return ticket from Warsaw back to Lagos State, Nigeria. So we chose October 4, and the app is saying that there is no flight available, which is okay. So just go back to October 3rd. So there is flight available for October 3rd. Just do the same thing that we did for Lagos to Warsaw. So you select. So once you've done that, you've selected your flight from Lagos to Warsaw and then from Warsaw back to Lagos State. This is the total price. So once you're done confirming your booking option, then you have to fill in all these details. Fill in your details. You can also make this reservation for someone, so just put in the person's details. So let's just assume I'm the one booking. So I'm going to put in my details here. And then let's assume this is my birthday. That is my date of birth. Let's assume that's my date of birth. Choose your gender. And then you're going to scroll down and fill in other details. Make sure you fill in your correct email address, because that is where your itinerary will be sent to. So make sure you fill in the correct details, your phone number, every other thing. Then confirm passenger detail. You can now go to select your seat. So this place says elevate your travel experience, explore the additional services we offer in your flight, such as onboard Wi-Fi, preferred seats. So this is where you're going to choose your seat. For Qatar Airways, you have to pay for your seat, but for Ethiopian Airline, you can choose whatever seat it is that you want without paying any money. But for Qatar Airways, you have to pay to choose your seat. So reserve a seat. Choose any seat that you want. If you want the window seat, if you want the middle seat, or if you want the aisle seat, choose whatever seat that you prefer. So you select. Go to Addis Ababa to Vienna. Select any seat that you want. I always love the window seat. It is only bringing 4 options because if you are going to Poland, by the time you get to, let's say, Vienna, for example, the last flight that you are going to board is going to be a Polish airline. So that is why it is not bringing that option. The flight is not operated by Ethiopian Airline, so that is why it's not bringing that option. If you want to buy Wi-Fi, you can just continue with whatever it is you're doing. Continue to payment now. This part is very important. This is where you're supposed to pay. If you are making a reservation, you are not paying. But if you want to make your actual booking, you can make use of any of this option: Visa, MasterCard, whatever it is, or you can go and pay at an agent. But this is something that you can actually do yourself. But for the purpose of reservation, so you're going to make use of this last 2 options. You can use either of the 2, but I prefer using pay at agent, because I think for pay at agent you get like a longer time. For book now pay later, you get 24 hours, like 23 hours 59 minutes. That is when the reservation is going to be valid, but for pay at agent, I think it's for 2 days. So I'm going to choose pay at agent. We will agree with the fare rules and then confirm booking. So after confirming booking, this is the next thing that you are going to see. Yeah, you're done. So you're going to go to your email. As you can see, I already got notification in my email. Open your email and then you are going to see your flight reservation. So this is how your flight reservation looks like. Open your email address and you are going to get this document, print it out, and then you are good to go for your interview. So it already says that prepared for blah blah blah, and then can you see your ticket must be issued by 7:55 p.m. on Friday, November 10. And I am making this video on Wednesday, so that is why I said you should use the option of pay at the agent. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.